Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Pac Man is one of the most well-known video game characters of all time. You know, you have Mario, Sonic, but man, Pac Man came before them all and is very, very well known. Well, now we have a new Pac Man board game. You're thinking, what could this be? Well, you actually get a fairly good two-player little board game. Pac Man plays just like the original arcade game, except for one player is playing the ghost and the other player is playing Pac Man, and using these dice to move around the board. Now, there was a version of this, I hear, that was released maybe back in the 80s or whatever, but this one has the pins that are kind of built into it that you push up, and as you go through, Pac Man squashes them down and makes the classic Pac Man sound. This isn't a game that will light the world on fire. This is a mass market game. But I'm telling you, it really gives you the feel of Pac Man. If you liked Pac Man as a kid, or your kid likes Pac Man, or you love Pac Man, or you know somebody that likes Pac Man, this game is really, really fun. It plays really quickly, so you get one man. You can play with more if you wanted to, but you get one man, and you just try to score as many points as possible. There's a few different ways to score. If you want to do each pellet, or you want to keep it easy, if you get sections of the board, so it can be as intense as you want it to be. We play that you get a point for each pellet and kind of count it up. But we had a really good time. So you play once, and then the other player plays again. Now, it plays up to 4, but I think that might drag a little bit. I don't think anybody wants to be like just one ghost. It just kind of goes too slow. For me, this is a 2-player game. Me, or maybe 3. You know, I can go up to 4 with the family if I wanted to, but I think I would just play something else. But it really gives the feel. You have the power pellets, you got the little cherries coming through for extra points, and it's just a race so you can score more points. Then I play against you as the ghost, and I try to prevent you from scoring that many. Excellent. We've really had a great time. If you have a child and you really want to play like that arcade kind of feel, but you want it in a board game, this is a fun game. Now, put Pac Man aside. This is still a fun arcade action board game. I keep wanting to say video game, but it's a board game that really has that give and back and forth. Has some luck in it, sure, and I'm okay with that with the children's game and the mass market game and what this game is trying to bring to the table. And it plays quick. Very quick. And, you know, if you want to play a quick game before the kids go to bed, you can just play one side. You know, let the child be Pac-Man, you be the ghost, and see if they can break their own high score. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Had a great time with this. Now, is it going to set the world on fire? Probably not. Is it squarely going to be for Pac-Man fans? Probably. But I had a very good time. And it's what I'd recommend you checking out. Don't let this one pass you by. I don't know how long it'll be on the shelves for. Keeper for us. New Pac Man, the board game. This is a mass market game. Waka 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 with authentic arcade sounds. It says 2 to 5 players. It's probably better as a 2-player game, although definitely can play with more people. You're going to have the classic Pac Man. The box is okay, not the best quality, although what you get inside the box once you open it up is really good. You're going to have this going to set up the middle board. You can see it's very colorful with the kind of, they're going for 8-bit, even though Atari wasn't 8-bit. You're going to have these cards here. They're pretty good quality, actually, for a mass market game. But you can see, once again, you're going to have the different colors over there. You're going to have these really nice plastic pieces that you're going to have. These are going to be your Ghost and your Pac-Man. You're going to have regular, some cheap chits in here of different stuff and some basic 6 yellow die. But these ghosts are really cool. They're just little plastic things with the eyeballs on them. But I think they look really neat. Now, Pac-Man's a stud here. Listen. He actually makes the sound when he moves across the board, which is a huge favorite with my family. And they're going to have this big, chalky plastic board. You're going to have 4 of these that will go together. These are really hard plastic. You're going to have to put all these yellow pins in them, and then when you're ready to play, you go in the back here and you kind of press them all up so they're all facing up. See, these are down. So then I would go through here and press these all up, and you put the board. This is all very nice plastic. I mean, this is a very nicely produced game, which the box is a little bit better for storage purposes, but man, what comes inside of it? Class A stuff here. Here's the rulebook for Pac Man. Very colorful on the front. Gives you a great picture of what the game would look like all set up. And it will kind of come up. Here is setting it up. Some of this stuff is for the first time, and once you're set up, you're good. And that's how to play. It kind of comes out. This right here is how you play the game. Super simple, which you'll see in the flow of the game. This is the pellets and eating ghosts and kind of how you score here. Game over, end of game scoring that you'll be able to play. There's an arcade mode, some tips in case you didn't know. And this used to be the picture here on the side of the arcade. It's very cool that they included that. You can see he doesn't have that circular look that you're used to, right? And how to change the batteries inside Pac Man if you want him to keep. Honestly, the rulebook was very good. So it's not a difficult game whatsoever, but I found the book to be very good. set the game up, you're going to put the plastic board together and all of these yellow ones. Sometimes it's easier just to do this to make sure they are all up. So you kind of put your finger underneath it and you make sure they are all up. You're going to put the power pellets across there, and there are pictures of the ghosts. You put them on the ghosts. You take the yellow cards out. Those are for if you make it to the second level, which means you clear the entire board. And then you shuffle this deck up right here. So what's going to happen is on his turn, Pac Man is going to roll the dice. I'm just doing it on the board to kind of show you what it would be. So in this case, he rolled 4, 6, 7. So you can move 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And each one of these that you turn over, there's a couple ways to score. We play that each one of these is you're going to score points. And then whoever's playing the ghost, or if you're playing multiple people, each person would choose to be one ghost, which really makes us a 2. So if a fruit is turned over, you would put the fruit out. And this can be worth points if Pac Man eats it. Then the fruit comes out, you would turn over a card. Well, they're all fruit. Let's go to a non-fruit card. Then you would pull out something like this. So this means the red would move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. You can go anywhere you want. Blue can't move because he's packed in here. So pink can go 1, 2, 3. And then orange can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that would be the ghost turn. Then Pac Man would go again. And this time he's going to get 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the ghost would go. So in this case, the blue would move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can go anywhere you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Orange, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you go through here, you're going to come out the other side for 6. And pink will move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. So that's how they would move. And then he is going to move again. And he's going to move. And let's say he goes to this power pellet right there that you'll be able to see. So the rest of his movement would be gone. The power pellet would be turned over, signifying that's been used. And now he's going to get to roll 3 dice and move. So you can move 1, 4, 1, 2. So he's eaten him, and the little eyeballs would come out. So that was 2, 3, and then he eats this guy for 4, and his eyeballs would come out. So these would be set aside, and now when the bad guy moves, the blue's going to move 3. 1, let's see, it goes 1, 2, 3. Pink will have to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're trying to get back up here where you can get your body. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3. He's still going after him. And then Pac Man will continue his turn. If these guys are able to get in here, they get their bodies back and they can come back after you. If Pac Man's ever caught by the ghost, his turn is over. And then you would score up how many points you have. And then you would switch turns. So whoever's playing Pac Man would become a ghost and the ghost would become Pac Man. Or if you're playing more than one person, everybody's going to get a turn as Pac Man. Now, the main way to play is that you're going to get 800 points if you're able to get one of these sections off. So there's a little chit for each section of the board, which you can tell right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will be worth 800 points. The alternate way to score, in my preferred method, is each one of these you get over is 40 points, and we play this as a bonus of 800. So if you can get all this, you're going to get 800 extra points, but 40 for each pellet. If you don't want to count each pellet, you only get 800 if you're able to get this. We kind of find it pretty hard to clear a board, for us anyway, when we're playing. So most people would not score any points. So we prefer the 40 points per pellet. If you're able to get the cherry, that's 100 points. The strawberry is 200. And the fruit is 300. For each one of the ghosts that you go over, you get one of these ghost-eaten chips. And these are worth 200. If you're able to get the whole board, it's 3,200 points. And then you get to go on to level 2, where these yellow and more harder cards would be added. That's Pac Man, so it's a roll and move, but it's a very fun game. The ghosts are going to move by the use of the cards. Pac Man's going to roll by the dice. But this is a really, really, really fun two-player game, and they nailed it here. I have to say, this is an excellent interpretation. Who should buy this game? First of all, if you're a fan of Pac Man, you're going to want this. If you were a fan of the old Pac Man board game, you're going to want this. If you're looking for a two-player game to play with your kids or even an adult, this could be it, especially with something short. You know, maybe you're waiting for other people to show up, or you just want a filler game and you like that arcade action. If you're a video game fan, but more of the nostalgia, you know, pre-Nintendo type games, and you remember Pac Man and loved it, this game is really fun. Sure, you could just sit down and play regular Pac Man, But if you're looking for a good board game, this is really a really good time. It has that sound in it. There's a lot of little nice touches they put into it. How the pegs fit in to the board where they're having to take them off, or that whole mess, or losing them. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I've had a lot of fun with this one. Definite keeper.
Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel. Lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.